Dear students, good morning. In the last class, we have discussed about that large sample test. In the large sample test, we have discussed six different tests. Test one is single proportion. Test two is two sample proportion. Test three is single mean, test of significance of single mean. Test four is test of significance of two sample means. Test five is test of significance of single standard deviation. Test 6 is test of significance of two sample standard deviation. Actually, in all the six tests, we have used some measurements. Either you are taking proportion, either you are taking mean, or you are taking the standard deviation. Now, we are going to test only the hypothesis. We are going to test only the hypothesis, whether the given hypothesis in the problem is valid or not. By using one test, that test is called, write the heading CHI SQARE chi-square test or chi-square test. Somebody pronounce it chi-square is actually chi-square test. How to write the chi-square notation? See that, put one x, extend that x, and then put one circle here. That is chi-square. Very simple. That's all. Chi-square. It is chi-square test. There are two types of the chi-square test. One is chi-square test for goodness of fit. Chi-square test for independence of attributes. Chi-square test for goodness of fit, chi-square test for independence of attributes. Write the heading uses of chi-square test. Uses of chi-square test. Point 1. Chi-square distribution. Chi-square distribution is used to judge chi-square distribution is used to judge whether a given sample may be reasonably regarded as a simple sample from a certain hypothetical population. From a certain hypothetical population.
So can you
It
repeat
is
the point again?
used to, that means chi-square distribution is used to judge whether a given sample may be reasonably regarded regarded as a simple sample from a certain hypothetical population. From a certain hypothetical population. It is known as chi-square test for goodness of fit. It is known as chi-square test for goodness of fit. That is, some data will be given, just listen, some data will be given, and then based on the data, whether the hypothesis is true or not, whether we are going to accept the hypothesis or reject the hypothesis. We are not going to discuss about the mean. We are not going to find the difference between proportion or standard deviation. Anything we won't discuss. Just we are going to discuss whether the given statement of the problem is accepted or rejected. That's all. That is called the goodness of fit. Fit for the hypothesis. Second one, the chi-square test is used. The chi-square test is used to test the independence of attributes. Independence of attributes. That is the chi-square test. The chi-square test is used to the chi-square test is used to test whether the two attributes are associated or independent. Associated or independent. Actually, attributes is there na. Attributes mean characters. Two characters. Attributes mean two characters, two different characters. That is based on the given problem. We are going to test that two characters are independent or dependent. Based on a sample drawn from the population. Based on a sample drawn from the population. First heading, chi-square test for goodness of fit. Chi-square test for goodness of fit. Test statistic. Test statistic. Chi-square equal to summation of I equal to 1 to n OI minus EI whole square by EI. That is, this summation is common for the whole thing. Chi-square equal to I equal to 1 to n OI minus EI whole square by EI, where OI is known as observed frequency, EI is called the expected frequency. OI is known as the observed frequency. EI is known as the expected frequency. Whereas summation of observed frequency is equal to sum of the expected frequency. Here, summation of all the observed frequency equal to summation of all the expected frequency. How to see the table value for chi-square? How to find the table value for chi-square? Take the chi-square test table. Chi-square test table. In the chi-square test table, first column is nu, degrees of freedom. Nu is the degrees of freedom. I will tell you that first one is degrees of freedom. What is called the degrees of freedom? Degrees of freedom is, write the note for the degrees of freedom. Simply I can write that DOF, degrees of freedom. Simply I write the DOF. Degrees of freedom is denoted by nu, that is equal to n minus k. N minus k. N is the sample size. N is the sample size. K is the number of constraint. N is the sample size. K is the number of constraint. K is the number of constraint. For every type, the degrees of freedom will be vary. You have to remember the degrees of freedom for each type. Okay, I'll tell you one by one. For that nu, the degrees of freedom is n minus 1 for the chi-square test for goodness of it. Please note down that nu equal to n minus 1 is the degrees of freedom for the chi-square test for goodness of it. Level of significance is 5%. All the problem we will use that level of significance is 5%. See the chi-square table. In the table, first column is degrees of freedom nu. Okay, fine. See in the chi-square table, first column is nu. You have to see the values from 0.05 column. Many columns are there in this. In the chi-square table, I don't know how many of them are having the printout with you. Chi-square, all the tables. See, in the chi-square table, first column is nu. You have to see that 0.05 column. Are you able to see that? Are you referring the table? 0.99 is there,
Yes, sir.
0.95, 0.10 and 0.05 is there. Finally, up to 0.01 is there. Okay, in case in the problem, 1% level of significance is given, you have to see the column 0.01. In the table, you have to see that 0.01 column. In case 5% level of significance, 0.05 column. Okay, if they are not mentioned anything about the level of significance, you take default 5% level of significance. In case they are mentioned that 1% level of significance, you have to take that 0.01 value. Okay, fine. Problem. First problem. The following table gives. Write the problem. The following table gives the number of aircraft accident. The following table gives the number of aircraft accident that occurred during the various days of a week. The following table gives the number of aircraft accidents that occurred during the various days of a week. Test whether the accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. Test whether the accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. Day, number of accidents. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 15, 19, 13, 12, 16, 15. Before I go to the problem, you write the note, conditions of the validity of, or conditions for the validity of, chi-square test. Conditions for the validity of chi-square test. Conditions for the validity of chi-square test. First one, the number of observations, n, capital N, summation of y, n is summation of y. The number of observations n in the sample must be reasonably large. That is n greater than or equal to 50. The number of observations, summation of I, in the sample must be reasonably large. That is n greater than or equal to 50. Second one, individual frequencies must not be too small. Individual frequencies must not be too small. That is, OI is greater than or equal to 10 for each case. So here how many cases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases are there. For 6 cases, the individual observation should be greater than or equal to 10. In case OI less than 10, in case OI less than 10, it is combined with the neighboring frequency. It is combined with the neighboring frequency. It is combined with the neighboring frequency. For example, if it is 4, it is not greater than or equal to 10. Then the observed value less than 10 for the case. Then we have to make it greater than 10 mean we have to combine with the neighboring frequency. That means 16 plus 4, that will be 20. Then the number of classes will be 5. So how many cases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases are there. When you combine with the neighboring frequency, the number of cases will be reduced. Okay. If it is an individual frequency of any class is less than 10, we have to combine with the neighboring frequency. That is the second point. Actually, what is given here? 15. Third point is the number of classes mean cases. The number of classes n must be neither too small nor too large. Any limit is there for this? Yes, that is 4 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 16. That means the number of classes, this number of cases should be greater than, that means up to 4 to 16 should be there. Okay, these are the 3 conditions for the validity of chi-square test. So how to solve this problem? How to solve the problem? Write the solution for this. First, you have to write the H0. What is H0 here? The given statement is true. H0 is the given statement is true. Then what is H0 here? What is H0? What is the question here? Test whether the accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. Okay, that is we are going to test. Therefore, we can write that H0 as accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. The alternative hypothesis no need, because it is a conjugate, that means complementary statement of null hypothesis. For the chi-square, no need to write H1. Write only H naught. That is enough. Then write the chi-square formula. Summation of OI minus EI whole square by EI. Fine. Next, we have to find the expected value EI. EI is called the average or observed value. So what is observed value? Average, find that 15 plus 19 plus up to 15 by 6. What is the value? Calculate.
15.
1.5.
Yes, sir.
1.5. Next, we go to that one table. You have to form one table to find the chi-square test. The first column is OI, second column is EI, third column is OI minus EI whole square, fourth one is OI minus EI whole square by EI. So first column OI. OI is given values 15, 19, 13, 15, 19, 13, 12, 16, 15. That is OI. EI is same for all the value. Please mute your mic. EI is 15 for all the value.
இப்ப வேணா நான் வந்து சொல்றேன் சார்.
Lakshmi Priya. EI is same for all the value. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. And one more thing, the finding EI is not same for all the problem. Problem to problem, it will be vary. Based on the problem, we have to find the EI. For this problem, next one is OI minus EI whole square. OI minus EI whole square is, see that 15 minus 15, 0. 19 minus 15, 4, 16, 2, 4, 9, 1, 0. OI minus EI whole square. Next one is OI minus EI whole square by EI. So what you get? OI minus EI whole square is 0 by 15 is 0. What is the next value? What is the next value?
1.066.
1.066. Next value?
0.26.
0.26. Next one?
0.4.
Next one? 1 by 15.
0.06.
06. Finally, 0. And then, if you are adding all this value, this summation is there na? That summation is OI minus EI whole square by EI. What is this? This is chi square.
Sir,
So what is
for
first?
for the 9 OI minus EI square 9, it is 0.6, sir, not 0.4.
Okay. See what is first column? That is up to that end of all the problems, you have to use the same table format. First one is OI, second one is EI, third one is OI minus EI whole square, fourth one is OI minus EI whole square by EI. So after that, when you are adding all the values in the fourth column, that is chi square. That is chi square. And then what is the number of classes here? How many number of class? 6 number of classes are there. Degrees of freedom is n minus 1. TOF, degrees of freedom is n minus 1. Is n minus 1. And then it is denoted by nu. Actually, nu equal to 5 here. Nu equal to 5. Then, how to write the table value? Chi square, see that, chi square 0.05 for nu equal to 5. That is equal to what? See the table. See the 0.05 column and then new value is 5. What is the value?
11.07.
11.07. Now, comparing the calculated value and table value. What is the addition of that one? Calculated value chi square?
1.986.
1.986. Okay. See here, 1.986 is less than 11.07. That means the calculated value less than the table value. Therefore, H not accepted. So finally, we have to write that the accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. The accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. See, it is like in the testing of hypothesis, all the problems are like same. That is, procedure is same. That is, first you have to set up the null hypothesis. For the chi square test, you can write the alternative hypothesis also. There is no wrong in this, but it is no need. Level of significance is default 5%. Then the test statistic chi square is summation of OI minus EI whole square by EI. Then you comparing the table value and the calculated value. The calculated value is when it is less than table value, then H not accepted. Otherwise, H not rejected. This is a common step for all the problem. The following table shows defective articles. The following table shows defective articles produced by 4 missions. The following table shows defective articles produced by 4 missions. A, B, C, D. Production time 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Number of defectives are number of defectives are 12, 30, 63, 98. Machines are ABCD, 4 machines ABCD. Duration of the production is 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Defectives per machine 12, 30, 63, 98. Do the figures indicate a significant difference? Do the figures indicate a significant difference in the performance of the machines? Do the figures indicate a significant difference in the performance of the machines? Performance of the machines. H0. H0 is all machines are performed same. All machines are performed same. Second one is you have to find the expected frequency. Expected frequency. Here n equal to 4. N equal to 4. And one more thing, to find the expected frequency, here everything is the same duration. We can write simply the mean for this. But here the ratio is different. 1 is to 1 is to 2 is to 3. 1 is to 2 is to 3. Total number of ratios are total ratio equal to 5, 6, 7. 7 ratio is there. 7 hours. Total number of hours 7 hours. Total number of defectives. Total number of defectives. Add that 98 plus 63 plus 30 plus 12. Add this observed frequencies, all this one. What is the total number? Total hour is 7. Total number of defectives are what is the total number of defective?
Hmm? 203, sir.
203, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So total number of defectives are 203. So what is the on an average of 1 hour? Average of 1 hour. Average of 1 hour. That is equal to 203 by 7. 29.
29.
Okay, 29. So for 1 hour average is 29. Therefore, we can write the expected frequency like this. OI, EI. OI we can write easily. The given values are OI 12, 30, 63, 12, 30, 63, 98. Okay, but expected frequency is, it is 1 hour for 1 hour 29 articles are defective. It is also 1 hour. It is 1 hour. It is 1 hour. 1 ratio, 1 ratio. It is 2 ratio. It is 3 ratio. Therefore, 1 hour 29. For 2 hours 58. For 3 hours 87. For 3 hours 87. So in the last problem, what we have done, simply we are taking the average and then we are taking the expected frequency as same for all the values. But in the problem, totally different, finding the expected frequency. How we are finding the expected frequency? Based on this ratio, we are finding the expected frequency. So therefore here, what is EI here? 29, 29, 58, 87. Third column is OI minus EI whole square. OI minus EI whole square. So what is the value of this first one? What is the value of first one?
289.
289. Second one?
256.
1. 30, 29, na?
30. Oh, sorry.
1. Third one?
25.
No, 8 and 3, 58, 63.
25.
25. 25. And then last one is 87, 121. 121. Last column is OI minus EI whole square. I'm writing here. There's no space. OI minus EI whole square by EI. So 289 by 29.
9.96.
9.96. Second one?
0.034.
0.034. Third one?
0.431.
0.431. Last one?
1.39.
Adding all the value, summation equal to what?
$11.814.
11.81.
814.
Wait. Yeah, 11.82. Okay, fine. So you can write here calculated value chi square equal to 11.814. 11.814. Table value chi square 5% level of significance or nu equal to n minus 1. So total number of classes are 4. N minus 1 is 3. What is the value? Table value?
7.82.
7.82. Therefore, the calculated value is 11.814. Is greater than 7.82. That is the calculated value greater than the table value. H naught rejected. So the performance of the machines are significant. Otherwise, there is significant. There is significant in the performance of the machine. There is significant difference in the performance of the machines. A survey of 320 families with 5 children each. 5 children each revealed the following distribution. Revealed the following distribution. Number of boys 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 12, 40, 88, 110, 56, 40. Is this result consistent with the hypothesis? Consistent with the hypothesis that male and female births are equally probable. Okay. Do that.